The Cleveland Browns have high expectations in 2008, but lines makers project them to win only 8.5 games. Do you play over or under? Find out next. From our Rockstar studio, Tony T here from Gamblers Television, covering the NFL Vegas style all season long. Expectations are high for the Cleveland Browns coming off their 10-6 record in 2007. They are talking playoffs in the dog pound. Odds makers have set their season win total at 8.5 wins based on a brutal schedule. You know, when you handicap season win totals, you must look at the schedule. Now, let's take a look here at the Browns' 2008 schedule. Last season, the Browns had 4 games against the weakest division in football, the NFC West, as well as facing AFC doormats, Oakland and Miami. Now, this season, the Browns play 4 games against the NFC East, arguably the toughest and most physical division in football. They must travel to Buffalo and Tennessee, which are teams that sport tough and physical defenses. Also, non-playoff teams don't win at Buffalo. It's about the toughest venue to play at. The Browns faced Pittsburgh twice this season because they're within their division. Pittsburgh also has beaten Cleveland 9 straight times. Peyton Manning and the Indy Colts are on the Browns' difficult schedule and pay a visit in late November. Following the Indy game, the Browns closed the season playing 3 of 4 on the road. They also have 3 short weeks as they compete in 3 Monday Night Football games, with 2 being on the road. Now let's take a look at their offense. The concern here is the health of Jamal Lewis. Lewis went through a 2007 injury-free year, but has had leg issues in the past. Now that the competition will be tougher in 2008, how will his health hold up? And the Browns don't have much depth behind him. The Browns need Lewis on the field so opposing teams just don't sit back in pass coverage against the Cleveland Browns' talented receiving corps. Derek Anderson had 29 TDs last season, but he also threw 19 interceptions on the year. Anderson was his worst when it counted most at Arizona and at Cincinnati when the Browns were trying to secure a playoff berth. The Browns were only 3-5 on the road. Let's take a look at their defense. The Browns now will try and improve on their poor rushing defense by adding 2 free agents to the defensive line. Defensive end Corey Williams comes over from Green Bay and will help in the run game. Shaun Rogers comes over from Detroit. I have mixed feelings about Rogers. He has size and strength, but I question his stamina. We all remember when Detroit began their season freefall against Dallas and Rogers taking himself out of the game, because of stamina issues in key moments in the fourth quarter. Teams may have run success against the Browns in the fourth quarter because of Rogers' issue with his weight and his lack of stamina. The Browns corners are a young squad and got lit up for 29 TDs last season. And now to my selection. Anderson will now face better defenses in 2008, and Jamal Lewis will be asked to do a lot more without much behind him. Lewis will have to run against the most physical teams in the league: the Cowboys, Redskins, Giants, Eagles, Steelers twice, Titans, Colts, and Bills. Their defensive line might improve, but Rodgers has shown the ability to wear out in games, and the Browns secondary remains a concern. Play the Cleveland Browns under 8.5 wins in 2008. This is Tony T from our Rockstar studio, reminding you to visit and bookmark my television show page at www.gamblerstelevision.com for continuous point spread coverage from the NFL. Gamblers Television, get addicted.